All right, cool. We are live. Awesome. How's everyone's Thursday going?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm so excited to see everyone. I feel like I've seen all of you all individually on different panels and different, other things. I'm excited to all be together in the same room, virtual room.
Virtual room.
Good deal. Good deal. Cool. Any exciting plans this weekend?
Let's see. I think I'm just going to spend most of it on the patio.
Summer is here, so that'll be nice.
I'm trying to take advantage of this weather.
I have 0 kids this weekend.
So you're just this is like one of those, I've said it before, you're just gonna lay in silence in the house,
Yes, everyone thinks oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have so much fun. I'm like, no, I'm literally going to have a glass of wine on the couch and watch Netflix.
That's always for
too long.
That sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good time.
I am just gonna hide in my office and catch up. So.
He's got stacks of papers to read. The joys of commercial.
You see that back there?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna move over and cover it up. But.
Yeah, no, my husband's shutting me down. I've been going to bed way too late. 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, has been my staple bedtime the last few weeks. So he's like, yeah, no, we're shutting you down this weekend. So I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, wow. I had one of those nights this week, and yesterday I was just I was dragging so hard. I was just I need to go to bed at a normal hour. So yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad we were able to do this. I think what I'd like to do is start out, if each of you guys want to kind of just talk about yourselves, but introduce yourselves. We're live on, my Facebook page. So obviously, we all have different connections and things like that. So Nicole, if you want to start, just give a little bit about yourself and kind of, how long you've been in industry, what you are up to, and all that, that'd be great.
Awesome. So for those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Nicole Lopez. I am the owner and team lead for True Houston, which is a boutique brokerage here in the Houston Heights. We have 10 agents. I've been in the industry for actually the end of May. May 12th will make 10 years. So I've been in the industry for 10 years. I started when I was 4. I'm kidding. No, I got into the industry pretty young. I got into new construction sales at 23. And I'm definitely giving away my age. Actually, I already hit 10 years, so that's great. Because I'll be 34 this year. I am a TreePack trustee. I am the past YPN chair. I serve currently on the Texas Board of Directors, and I am here today because I am running for the Houston Association of Realtors Board of Directors for medium firms, and that's for firm sizes between 5 and 24 members. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mike, what about you?
My name's Mike Wong. I'm with Keller Williams Commercial. Been in business since 2007, so I got in during the last crash, and it'll be interesting to see how we make it through this market. So far, so good. I currently serve as the chairman of the Asian American Real Estate Association. I'm also on the Texas Realtor Board of Directors. Got involved in the Land Use Committee this year. Served on other committees as well. I was named 2019 Houston Association of Realtors Realtor of the Year and NAREP's Realtor of the Year. So I'm very honored. Definitely all about servant leadership. And I'm here today to announce that I'm running for the commercial member division of the 2021 Board of Directors.
Very nice. Oh, well, my name is Jemila Winsey. For those of you who don't know who I am the owner of RE/MAX Legacy Living in Richmond and RE/MAX First Class in League City. I have the honor of serving a little over 66 agents. I think I start to lose count after a while. I am here also to announce my candidacy for Houston Association of Board of Directors, representing large firms, which is agent counts between 25 and 219. in addition to my current role and my current candidacy, I serve several different levels of leadership within HAR and at Texas Realtors. I'm also a TREPAC trustee. I also chair the Fort Bend Area Networking Meeting and the Fort Bend Political Advisory Leadership Advocacy and Leadership Board. I previously chaired a few other committees within HAR. My resume goes all the way back 12 years, so I won't go through everything, but I've been heavily involved, and it's all, like Mike said, it's all about servant leadership, and that's essentially where I always come from.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you guys all sharing a little bit, about your background and all that, because I know, not everyone knows it, so that's always helpful to have. For those of you that are watching, we do have a little bit of, kind of an outline of what we're going to talk about today or what questions I'm going to ask them. Some they know and some they don't know, so that's going to be fun, and they didn't know that until just right now. But if y'all have questions, drop them in the comments, and I can share them up on the screen. One thing that we hadn't talked about previously, but you guys both brought up, was TREPAC. And I know this has nothing to do with TREPAC, but I do think that's something that we should bring up, because until I got into TRLP, I had no idea what TREPAC was. So if one of y'all want to just give a little plug about kind of what it is, and I think with Houston and Harris County deeming real estate essential, it's something that TREPAC was heavily involved in, and is very important, to us as an industry. So if one of y'all want to talk about that, that would be fantastic.
Sure, and Nicole, you can definitely chime in. Nicole and I served together as trustees this year. TREPAC stands for Texas Real Estate Political Action Committee, and we are responsible essentially for advocating and advocating and supporting candidates that support private property rights in Texas. And it's a very, very important role because private property rights is a huge issue in the United States as a whole. And we always say we represent the realtor party versus one party or the other, because it's all about our clients and ensuring that the legacy and the property and the investment that they put into the properties that they own is preserved. And our role as TREPAC trustees, we are responsible for also making sure that the funds that are placed in the hands of these candidates are rightly allocated as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to hop on top of that. Jemila did a really great job of explaining what it is that we do. Just the grassroots organization, for realtors, by realtors, and like Jemila said, no party lines. We really only look at what is impactful to private property rights, the real estate industry, and realtors as a profession. So that is what we do.
And just to add to what you said, Katie, realtors have been essential. Yes, TREPAC did play a huge role in that. I personally was responsible for testifying on behalf of Fort Bend Realtors, because Fort Bend was one of the last counties where real estate was deemed essential. Additionally, in Houston, there were several issues around the deferment of property taxes. However, what happened with that was that the 20% penalty tax was not also deferred. And so I had to sit in front of the commissioners and testify on behalf of Harris County taxpayers to ensure that that property tax was either deferred or reduced for those taxpayers, because if they couldn't pay it, they could effectively lose their home in a foreclosure. So these are some of the things that we do from a TREPAC perspective that help our clients and residents as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Okay, so the reason why you guys are all here is the board of directors. And I think, we obviously see it on har.com. If you're, a realtor member, when you log into your MLS and you're like, okay, the board of directors, it's happening next year. But a lot of people don't know what it is and what they do, right? Or what you all hope to do. So if you guys want to touch on a little bit kind of basically what the board of directors is, that would be great.
I can't do all the talking.
Mike, do you want to take it away?
I think Nicole is muted.
Nicole is muted.
I was going to say, let Mike take it.
Oh, thank you. Well, the HAR Board of Directors is you're elected to serve a position depending on your category. And the nice thing about it is you're selected by the members and your peers. We've got a lot of great candidates today, and obviously I'm honored to sit with two other ones as we move forward on this journey. But what we do is we oversee different committees and different departments from the local level with HAR, and a lot of us are also appointed to Texas Realtors as well. So we carry messages back and forth. We advocate for our community. We advocate for our realtors. And just to kind of emphasize TreePack, a lot of us don't know what it is. And some of us who don't understand how intertwined it is into our business. I'm actually honored this year. I got invited to Texas Realtors Land Use Committee. And one thing I'm noticing in Houston and working on is behind the scenes, Harris County is taking and condemning and buying a lot of land to accommodate for our flooding issues here. That's private property, and our consumers don't know what to do. There's no standard process. And so Texas Realtors and TreePack and all of us are working together to kind of establish a standard to give consumers a clear direction and agents representing them a clear direction. So that's kind of a behind the scenes. I know we're all running for different committees, and I think my fellow candidates can explain a little bit more if they'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, it's so incredibly important, I think, to be involved with your industry first and foremost, to know what's going on the back end. And that's really what has led me to getting involved with the association at the local level, the state level, and also a little bit at the national level. Also, in case you guys don't know, if you're watching, state and national committees, groups, advisory groups are now open for application. So if you're interested in getting involved with that, please do, because it's a really great step to get involved. In terms of board of directors, it is a widely diverse group of people who meet together to make important decisions that impact our industry through the Houston Association of Realtors, right? So things that have been brought up to them in the past, like clear cooperation, that MLS 8.0, and also, again, with TreePack, making final decisions on the disbursement and allocation of those funds from TreePack. Also, committee appointees, budget and strategic planning for the association. Those are all things that the board of directors does in order to ensure the validity of our industry and the longevity of it. And now it's more important than ever to be involved, because we are in a vastly changing industry, especially in the time of COVID. And that is why I've kind of stepped into, okay, like I want to ensure that what we're doing is can be there for a long time to come. It's kind of like Jemila's brokerage, legacy living. And I love that name. I just think it's so important to be able to work hand in hand with other leaders. There's people that are running for mega boards, so like your big giant KWs and Coldwell Bankers, and there's people that are also running from very, very small firms that have only 4 members, people from different parts of the city as a whole. And so I really love the fact that the Houston Association of Realtors, number one, still has an election, and it is a process in which, sorry guys, I had a fire truck rolling by my house just now, perks of city living. But yeah, it's so incredible that they still put the control of who represents the association in the membership's hands. So
yeah, and it's not always the case in all of their markets. So I've been talking to a lot of people in other markets, and like, man, that's really cool. We don't do that anymore. So it is. Jemila, you're muted. There you go.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, I couldn't add more to what Nicole's saying. The bottom line is we're the voice of the realtors. We're out there in the trenches every day. And when we sit in these board meetings to discuss how we move forward as an industry, how we move forward as a local organization, we have their ear, we have their needs, because we're out there listening to their needs and their wants and the things that's going to help their careers move forward. And it's really one of the reasons why you should vote, but not just vote, but really look at the candidates and consider what they stand for and their value propositions, because they're your voices. And that's what we're trying to do. Even though I've been involved with HAR for a very, very long time, I'd say my first role in leadership at HAR was about 12 years ago. I chose not to run for board until most recently last year and this year, because it was important for me to understand, I want to run with a class of people that we share the same values, and I'm so glad that we have those folks in here today. But two, it was important that if we're going to sit in that room, if I'm going to sit in that room, I have something to give back. And now is the time to do so, because our industry has just been shifted 360 and basically dumped on its head. We're in a new era, and it's very important that we have the right representation for our realtors in there.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess, I think that's really good clarification and really good kind of information. What would you say, and I think you guys all touched on it a little bit, but why would you say that like you're running, or why would you say, Jemila just kind of said it, right? Like she's experienced a lot and is like, okay, I have value to add, and I know that, this is the time to do it, right? And alongside with people that feel the same way and have, some of the same values and things like that. I guess if you guys want to add on to that a little bit more, or have anything else to touch on in that regard, what are your thoughts there? Oh, do I have to unmute you guys? I'm sorry. My bad. I was just like, okay, why is no one talking? It's because you're both muted. All right.
No, I was just going to say I'll let Mike take it, because I feel like Jemila and I have just like blabbed the whole time. But I'm so glad these people are my friends.
And we're all foodies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so Mike, I'll let you take that. Why did you decide to run in commercial?
Okay, well, I'll kind of repeat what Jemila said. I've thought about this for a long time, and I've hesitated because I felt like the timing wasn't right for me. But when I see people I align with that share the same values, and I see the direction that our industry is going, I think it's now time for leaders to kind of step up and represent the voices behind us, but also make sure that we're going in the right direction that's beneficial to everybody. And, looking at both of you as candidates and just looking at everybody out there, we're all aligned on that mission. We all volunteer our time just beyond HAR. We're involved in so much in the community and everywhere else. This is kind of our natural progression, and I'm proud to be on this journey with y'all.
That's so sweet.
Awesome.
Again, for me, it's a lot of the same. I saw the opportunity to align myself with individuals who are very much like-minded in servant leadership. And, over the course of my career, I've been at large firms, I've been at luxury firms. Now I have an independent boutique. And so I can see multiple different sides of an argument. And I feel like when you're running as an elected official, it's really important that you have that basis. I can understand what's important for the large firms and see that side, but also representing those medium firms. I mean, 5 to 24 realtor members, it's very difficult to be in that little category, because most brokerages fall into large, or if you're an independent boutique, you are small, right? Because you only have maybe 1, 2, 3 people, you're an independent broker. And so that medium firm range is so important to be represented. And also, as a millennial who is really involved, I do think that it is important that, some of the younger folk, the YPN folk, are also, their voices heard from that aspect, curating content and events and really focusing in on how are we engaging that particular subset of membership and making sure that their voice is heard. So that is why I am running.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We touched on it a little bit as well. But another thing that I kind of want to touch on is I know elections aren't until the summer. So we're a little ways out because I don't know what month it is or day, but we're in May now. So elections are still a little further out. But, I think that a lot of times similar to, just pretty much all elections, people are like, oh, well, I don't need to vote. What would you say to someone that says that to you, or why would you tell someone it's important for them to vote or to, kind of make their opinion heard? Nicole, you want to go?
I'll unmute. Yeah. It's really important. It is your industry. It is your right to choose who your leadership is. It's your right to choose who represents your firm size, to make a decision as to who represents your firm size, your geographic location. All of that is so important, and you have the power to elect those people. And it's important to not only vote for those that are in your specific, because a lot of people will only vote like, oh, hey, I'm in a large firm and I'm West. So it's important to vote across the board in all of the categories that people are comfortable with, and to also make sure that that you do your homework on the candidates that you're voting for. It's not just about brokerage. These are individuals who represent you. And I feel like that's so important. Like, just because you see one specific brokerage name and it aligns with yours, that doesn't necessarily mean that the brokerage is endorsing that person. It just means that they have the ability to run. And so that's why, Jemila, Mike, and I got together, because we feel like it's so, especially for this event, we feel like it's so important that you learn a little bit about us, regardless of our brokerage, and that we can all work together to make sure that that we have a really strong and stable future in the industry.
Yeah, that's very important. Mike, do you have anything to add?
Oh, let me unmute. Yeah, just to go on what Nicole said, I mean, that's what made me excited about this panel was, Katie, you're from a different broker, Nicole's from a different broker, and Jemila's from another broker. And to consumers, they think we all compete. And we're great friends. We love to see each other grow. We love to see each other succeed and help each other. And that reflects on our service to our industry and our peers. It's not about competition. It's about what's best for our members and our industry. So that was actually one of my things I was bragging about to kind of people, is like, this is the true spirit of collaboration and wanting to serve. We're putting these things together and making ourselves available to everybody. So really breaking down that barrier of brands and brokerages, and taking it down, tearing it down so people see our individual personalities and what we represent and what we're all about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think that's something that I realized as I got more involved in the industry and with HAR, right? Is that it's a lot.
Katie, can you guys hear Katie? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm the only one that can't. For some reason.
So yeah, but just getting more involved, and it makes the industry a lot
Someone will have
easier
to interpret for me.
When you have people on the other side of the deal that and that you've worked with, and that you can co-list properties with and do things with. It's great. So cool. I'm just trying to read through some of these comments over here. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. But is there anything else that you guys wanted to add as far as like why people should vote, or about the board of directors, or about kind of the process or anything?
Jemila, do you have anything else that you want to add about board of directors or the process?
And I lost my connection there for a second. The beauty of technology, so I missed one of those questions. But essentially, just to piggyback off of what you and Mike were saying, this is really all about collaboration. It's not about big brokerage. What I love when we all get together and just hang normally is that we have the same conversations, and it's about and when we have those conversations, we're basically pushing towards the same ideals, and that's why we connect, right? And I love what Mike said about being able to collaborate regardless of which brokerage you're with, because we really don't compete. Mm-hmm. This is about our realtors, and this is about pushing the industry forward. And it's very, very important that we have innovative minds, people who think outside of the box and question the status quo today, because, we're not there anymore. We have completely shifted. So I'm really excited about doing that with you guys. But at the same time, I think the question also was on the process itself. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Pay attention to the candidates, listen to their story, watch their videos, and look at their resume, and then vote. We have the lowest turnout of votes typically with our realtors with these elections, because a lot of times they're not paying attention to this process. Just like we vote locally and we vote nationally, this is about your business, and this is about putting the right people in leadership to help move your business forward. It's not just about us. We're servant leaders. This is about the collective. So I would say pay attention to the process, participate in the process, and when it's time to vote, get out there and vote.
Mm-hmm. And I'll add to that, if you guys are watching and you want to see a complete list of candidates, you can go to har.com/election, and you'll be able to see, I think Katie's going to put that up there for everyone. That is where you can see all of the candidates that are running, that are representing you as a Realtor member. And you have the vote Mike Wong. I saw that pop up.
Shannon Higgins says vote Mike Wong. So. There it
is. Okay, and then Ricky also posted, thank you, Ricky, for posting the link for the election as well. Yes, har.com/content/election. And I think just to piggyback off of all of these guys, like, I would say without a shadow of a doubt that the people here, especially Jemila and Mike, I can't really speak for myself. I guess I can, but everybody here is running for the right reasons. These are professionals in the industry. I'm just going to be your hype man for a second. But these are seasoned professionals in the industry who have taken the time to give, number one, give back to their communities, number two, give back to their agents. And these guys are incredibly qualified to be leadership for the industry. And so I'm so proud to be running with you guys, and thank goodness not against you guys. I'll say it. I'm so proud to be running with you guys, and no matter the outcome of the election, you guys, and if you still, speaking of election, if you decide you want to run, there's still like 2 weeks, 3 weeks left.
Yeah, there are a couple of weeks left.
To put your name in and run and give everyone a run for their money. So get in, get involved, serve your community, serve your leaders, serve your agents, and make a difference, man. Like, voting's not till July, I believe.
July 27th.
Yeah, July 27th. And so you guys are going to see a lot of us. We're probably going to blow up your news feeds over the last couple weeks. We're sorry in advance, but I'm super proud to be here with you guys.
We're in great company, Nicole. So we're in great company with you. And I personally, I'm so proud of you. Just to see your story from where you are, where you are today, and where you've been, where you are today, and where you're going, and the fact that we're all on this journey together makes my heart so proud. So we're in great company with you.
We just turned this into a giant love fest, I think.
I know.
Yeah, this is so nice. There's so many feels going on out here.
This is typically what happens.
We don't hug each other anymore.
This is typically what happens.
This is what being in quarantine does to you, right?
Who knew you all had all these feelings?
Oh my gosh. I think I finally killed my laptop. I work with a MacBook, and man, it's been giving me the worst issues, and I refuse to purchase a new one, and I think it's finally dead. So I think the next thing I'm doing today is going ordering a new Mac. Pat's not going to be very happy with that. You already know, Nicole.
The time is now. I don't know if Jemila can hear me.
Exactly.
Well, so we've talked a lot about your qualifications. We've talked about what you guys have done. I had some fun questions to ask.
Yeah.
So we can start, Nicole, with you, and you can like repeat my question because I don't know if Jemila can hear me or not. But favorite pizza topping?
Oh, mushrooms. It's weird. I know.
Just mushrooms?
What's the question?
Favorite pizza topping. Like I love mushrooms.
I do love mushrooms too.
I love mushrooms too.
I'm just gonna say meat. Anytime meat.
I'm a mozzarella girl. I don't really like a lot of meat on my pizza, so it's just tomatoes and mozzarella.
She's a cheese pizza girl.
Yeah.
She was trying to mozzarella. She was gonna make it classy, but it's a cheese pizza.
Oh,
yeah, right. Exactly. Right. Hey, come on now.
Nettie just said pineapple. So then I guess this will be a off question. Pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
Oh, no pineapple on pizza.
Oh no.
None for
Not
me.
here.
All right.
No.
This one has to be asked because Mike Wong is on this video. What is your favorite taco?
Oh, I'm just gonna say traditional fajita. If you can't make that right, then you're in trouble. Places, I don't know. I go everywhere.
Places if they have tacos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yes. And I'm with Mike on that. Like authentic Mexican street tacos with the little tortillas and the onion and the cilantro and the hot sauce. And I'm having tacos for lunch today, I guess.
Nice.
Come over to Brothers. Let's go to Brothers.
You know what? I'm a big, small. Give me cilantro, but give me big flavor first of all. But definitely the beef fajitas with on the little tiny street tacos. When I used to live in the Heights, there was this taco lady next to Pearl Bar. And I used to go there. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. I followed her everywhere she went. Those were the best tacos in the world, but he had the manchego cheese on there and the cilantro lime, all of that. Give it to me. I want it all.
Fantastic. That was really all that I had, but cool. I appreciate you guys taking the time today to talk about the board of directors and talk about why it's so important. I think that it's a very important message to get out there for people to understand kind of what it is that they do and why it's important to our industry for sure. Was there anything else that you all wanted to add? No,
I'm good. Well, I just want to thank you, Katie, for organizing this and being the brain behind the technology. And again, to be able to do this for people that I really respect, and I've watched their careers develop, and they just keep growing as leaders in the industry. I'm just proud to be part of this. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie. We appreciate you. This was awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Bye.
Well, thank you guys for your time, and looking forward to doing this again sometime soon.
Sounds
Thank you.
good. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.